We are all staying home this week, as well as schools here where we live are being closed this week. So we're kind of like in quarantine mode this week.
Yes.
So it's going to be very interesting to be home, to work from home, do school from home. Hashtag faith over fear.
And we're just trying to keep life as normal as possible for our kids. We don't want to, make them go crazy if there's nothing to panic about. And that's what we're doing. We're just trying to do life and celebrate life.
Anyway, that's it. Enjoy this rest of this vlog video, and we'll see you on the other side.
Okay, so to stay healthy and boost our immune system, we've been doing elderberry syrup, and we've been doing this for a while, and now we're really doing a lot of it because of this whole thing. So, boys, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so elderberry syrup and the Mighty Bites from Young Living. Grab your vitamin. Okay, there you go. Water, plenty of water. Lake is next. Zip up. Vitamin. Water. Dylan, your turn. Not more. The whole thing. The whole thing. A little more. And vitamin and water. You gotta keep those boys healthy. And now for my big guy. All right, so we're staying at home, watching Fellowship live at home because of this virus.
Yeah. So we're doing multiple services at home. We're doing this one, and then our church, Ridgeway, will have their service later on live.
Okay, so we're up to service number 2. This is our church service right now going on. So we're just getting all the Jesus, all the Bible, as much as we can.
Shh, no talking in church.
He wrote it of the Emperor Tiberius. The legend is that a sailor was on the Sea of Galilee, and he heard a voice from the skies telling him
Kevin,
that the
and
great
we
God
love him. We
Pan
love our
was
church.
dead. Plutarch writes,
We love our
a divine
community.
voice hailed
Such a
this
powerful
sailor across
message.
the water. When you reach Italy, take care to proclaim
We
that
love
the
Ridgeway.
great God Pan.
Okay, so here are the boys. They're doing some kinetic sand in the kitchen because we don't want to make the house dirty. And Mom has been making bagels. And I see kinetic sands. So bagels with some kinetic sand on the side. Gonna have to clean it up. Made some bagels because the boys want bagels and we can't go outside. Okay, so here we are. We are doing our Bible lesson. What are we doing, Dad?
The armor of God from Ephesians.
Okay. So I just decided that I've been wanting to do this for a while with the boys. Dylan is being a little bit not cooperative. Look at him. This is the reality. Trying to do a Bible lesson. So I've been wanting to do the armor of God for a while with the boys. And I guess this was the perfect week to do that. So we're going to introduce it to them. And then each day we'll pick one of the categories of the armor and read more about that and what that looks like and what that means. So we're ready. Everybody has their Bible and we're going to read.
Our fight is not against human
beings.
It is against the rulers and
The authorities.
authorities and the powers of the dark world.
We're learning about the armor of God, right? So let's pretend that this orange, what does this orange have outside? The what?
The food.
What's it called? The outside of the orange.
The skin.
The skin, the peel. So the peel, does it protect the orange from the soft inside?
Yeah.
Okay, so the peel protects it. So let's see. What's going on with the orange?
What's that word? What is the word when something doesn't sink, and it stays on top of the water.
Floats.
Yes,
It's
floating.
Okay, now let's see. Let's take out the armor. Let's take out the skin of the orange. Let's see. Do you think it's gonna float?
Not float.
Not float? Why do you think it's not gonna float?
Is that the skin is off?
The skin is off, and it's what?
It's not gonna protect anything.
Let's see.
What do you think? It sinks.
It
Oh
sinks.
no.
So that's what.
Oh, it looks big.
That's
now.
what it's like. When you put the armor of God, okay, so put your belt, everybody. Put your shield, your breastplate. Have your shield ready. Put your boots, your helmet, your sword. When you're protected, when you have your armor, you're protected. You float. You don't sink because God has you. So one of the things that brings me joy is to be able to have opportunities to create and make things for my family, especially with baking and cooking. And with this whole thing and being stuck at home, that means that I'm able to do that. And it brings me such peace as well, just peace of mind, and helps me to just be more centered because I'm focusing on something that I get to use my hands and my mind to create something that my family will love. So my boys wanted bagels. We had the ingredients to make bagels, and we did. And I made them a little bit extra special because I added chocolate chips on top, little mini chocolate chips on top. The bagels, getting a little bit creative. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to just stay positive and do the best we can and continue to use all the gifts that God has given us some way, shape, or form. And these are the bagels. They're ready to go in the oven. We got everything bagel for Maurice and I, plain and chocolate chips. And we're gonna eat them in a few minutes after they bake in the oven.
And the perimeter has been secured. However, Jedi involvement has not been requested.
That's a little odd, isn't it?
Discover the truth. Bring us.
Can I sit on you?
What are you guys doing?
We will investigate.
Having some bagels, and what are we watching?
Clone Wars.
I'll handle this investigation. Five is part of the 501st.
Okay, so one of the pluses about this whole, quarantine is that we get to work on a couple of things that we've been meaning to work on and never have time because our jobs and other busyness of life gets in the way, right, Maurice? And good thing that I stocked up on chocolate at Trader Joe's because this is very highly needed. Okay, so we made it, or almost made it through day one.
Day one.
It was a Sunday, so it's unconventional.
Although it felt like a Monday today for some reason.
Yeah, and we usually did what we normally do on a Sunday, which is just bum around
Yeah.
the house. And
Except we didn't go out at all.
we didn't go out. We normally do go to church, but sometimes if the kids are sick or something, we don't, go to church, and we stay home anyway, and we watch the service online, and we are Sabbath keeping, or we try to keep Sabbath and just have like as minimal busyness as possible on Sundays. We even don't take a lot of events or go to things because we like to relax and have a day with our family.
Yeah.
So we pretty much did that today. The kids did drive us a little crazy.
Okay, so I escaped to our little confession room, confession room, the half bath downstairs. And I gotta say, this is literally like day one of the quarantine. And the one thing that I just know is gonna be a challenge is just the kids. I'm just gonna say it's my boys. My sons are in this mode now where it's like they're either playing and laughing and being loud, and you got to tell them to calm down, don't make so much noise or whatever, or at the drop of a hat, they are basically just at each other's throats and screaming at each other. And it's like my oldest is like Mr. Bossy Pants, so he's like, he just, he does things to get my middle son, Blake, super annoyed. So, and Blake has this thing where he has like this like almost like raspy yell that it's like if you hear it, you can't like unhear it. And it's like, it just makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and it's like, ugh. It's like nails on a chalkboard. And then the baby, Dylan, who just turned 3, is like, he's like a cross between the two of them. Like, he wants to be the boss, but he's little, so all he can do is yell when he doesn't get his way and start crying, like just crying, like emotional cry, like so it's just constantly having to manage that. And I promised myself that I'm not gonna like yell, and I don't want to be like yelling like be quiet. Like I don't want to do that. I want to just stay as calm as I can, but be firm when I speak, but not yell. I just don't want to yell. So that's going to be a challenge, being home with the boys. So it's late. The boys are sleeping. We both took a nice hot showers, and now we're ready to have some tea. And actually, we're going to prep what we're going to be doing this week with the boys, because they're not going to be in school this week.
And possibly next week.
And possibly next week. We don't know what's going on. Like, this whole thing is fluid. That's the word that's being used, because things change every day. And like we said in the intro to this video, we are kind of playing with the idea of maybe homeschooling. We're not sure yet,
And this is before all this happened.
We've just been always thinking about that. We want to move. We don't know where, but we definitely want a change of life, a change of pace for our family. And we know that depending on where we land, where God plants us, it may require us to homeschool.
So we would have to prepare for that.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we are making sure that we do with our kids is like pray every night with them. And a few years ago, we stumbled upon this book series, I guess, called The Praying Circles.
The Circle Prayer, yeah.
The Circle Prayer. And they have a children's book called The Rainmaker.
The Rainmaker, yeah.
And it's such a wonderful, wonderful story. And it's about prayer and praying, powerful prayers that reach to God. And we just love it. And we always, reference it with our boys especially. So today we prayed a circle prayer.
Yeah.
It was a little bit challenging because we have kids that just, don't focus so much.
We have the full spectrum. We have a son that takes it seriously, and I love it. We have a son that doesn't take it seriously, and it's frustrating. And then we have an even smaller son that doesn't understand, so he's just,
And he just imitates whatever is funny and wants to be silly and center of attention. So, but we're trying to, do the best that we can.
Yeah. So if one day, because I think about our parents and the fact that they're kind of like empty nesters now, and I think like one day they're gonna be grown men and they're gonna be out of the house, living their lives, and it's gonna be weird when I think about it now, because I feel like now we are kind of giving ourselves so much to them, like our lives in part revolves around them because we are raising them. But one day we won't have to do that anymore. I mean, we'll obviously still be a part of their lives, but we'll have the freedom to kind of go back to doing what we were doing before we had kids, which is just be married and have fun with each other and do things together.
But older.
So I just think of that, and I was just like, it kind of puts things in perspective, and I'm just reminding myself, like, one day I'm going to miss this. Like, as crazy as it is, one day I'm going to miss being curled up on the couch with them, watching Frozen 2 like we did today.
Which they didn't like. And neither did.
Yeah, we're boy parents. Finland, you want to see Frozen?
No. I want to be water.
So anyway, that's just trying to keep that in perspective this week.
So-
Hopefully we don't drive each other crazy.
So now we have lots of planning for the week ahead. We're gonna do a schedule. You know, if you follow me on social media, Simply Made Fancy, you know that I'm a scheduler and I'm routine all the way. And I do summer camp at home every year. So
Check out that video. It's in the
so I have a couple of things that, you know, I already do and tools that I already do normally. So that's what we're going to be planning. But this time I get help because he is going to have to help me with this.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great. So tomorrow, bright and early, my boys wake up early. So we're going to get them going as normal as possible. They're actually excited about doing homeschooling. I'm not quite sure if they completely understand that it's not just fun and games, because in the summer when we do summer camp at home, it is fun learning and we get to be outdoors and do a lot of things as well. So hopefully it'll go well and everybody will do great. We already looked at a bunch of curriculum and things that we want to do with the kids. We got ABC Mouse for free through our library for the next couple of weeks, and a couple other websites. This is a corner of the playroom, and we always have it set up like this. And in the summer I put the schedule here. This is actually this past summer's schedule that we did for summer camp at home. So I'm just gonna keep it up and just change a couple of things and add the things that we're gonna be doing to keep the kids in schedule. And then of course I'll leave this here. And Dylan has been learning his words. We have our Super Brother principles, how to be an example. This is Dylan's work. Blake's sight words that he's been needing to work on, so we're gonna tackle those, the alphabet, and then a couple other things there. We have some stuff here and books and things for them to work on and all their supplies. So this will be our little homeschool room for the next couple of days.